And it used to be 84 forms, now it is 92 forms.
7 essential fists.
So we learned 3 of the essential fists. Now I'm missing 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is going up towards the ear, past the ear, and then back away. So we want that circle and then that reverse punch. Tong choi is just straight punch. So it's here and punch. When we used to teach in the past, it was like this big circular outside block, but it's actually not an outside block. It's more closer to the ear. So think if someone's punching in the face and you're glancing up and back. So here and punch. And this one's straight to the face with vehemence. So we're just gonna step forward and punch and back to that. The goal is try to figure out how can you get your spine to twist without bending forward or leaning back, just blocking up and then striking straight towards the face. It's the Chiu that's the important part. Up and back. Yep. E. Some. Other side. Left the waist. Chiu with the right hand and punch with the left. That left fist, you want to try to keep it upside down as long as possible until it reaches the end, and then it has this little twist right on contact. So up, upside down, and then finally extends naturally. You don't want to force it. It's just, you're just extending the arm and now it's straight. Say low. A-la choi, and then trying to just turn and hook whip into that horse stance. So again, left forward here, a-la choi. Once I grab the arm, so I've plucked them, I'm punching them in the face, and they do that inside block. Oh, all right, and then I'm just gonna grab and do that hook whip, grabbing their arm and just clocking them in the head. All right, and pull this one all the way back. So a-la choi, bam, and yet, E, some. Dude, imagine doing that to somebody. Someone's punching, just pluck their arm, punch them in the face and grab and clock them. Right forward, left a-la choi. They do an inside block. Like, all right, I'm gonna grab that arm and just clock you in the head then. But, gao, sup, fanche, going that way, 1, 2. All right, so 2-step slides. I'm striking over the top, then straight into tiger to the heart. Just as long as that left fist doesn't go too far back, it's more in front of you, and drill straight out into that horse stance. Yeah. E. Some. Say. Low. On guard stance, left fist to the waist. I'm gonna figure out how can I turn my spine using that to go into that forward stance and allowing it to help me whip my right wrist all the way out. So it starts from the center. Think of it like a towel whip. If we're here and I'm just turning and snapping, and that's what we're trying to go for. So here and whack, that feeling of turning and striking. And so we don't want our arm to be tense. We want it to be relatively relaxed, just like a towel, and whack. And it's at the end when it freezes. So that's the goal. And then yeah, the left hand is blocking too. And so we just have to figure out when does that go up for that block. Whack, and then back to set. Feel your center, feel your spine, generate the power. Your spine is the engine. It's your center. The goal is just to feel like, how can I get that nice snap to it? So if you guys ever been in a boys' locker room, that's what we do to each other all the time. But it's just figuring out how can I, it's not forced at all. It's like, how can I whip at the right time so it's my wrist pulling back just right on contact. And so if you try to force it, it's not gonna work. You just have to go on feel. So I have my left hand underneath just to prop it up so it's parallel. And I'm just turning and snapping and trying to get the contact point just to whip. And that's really what it is. In baseball, it's the same thing, except they do it from up top, whack, and it's that same whipping motion. Football players, same thing, it's a whipping motion. So a lot of things is a whipping motion, and we want to try to develop that. This also helps you start to understand contact point and extension. So we talk about how a weapon is extension of your arm. This is what we literally mean. So most people, they know where their fist is supposed to go because they're very aware of how far their arm is. But the moment we start adding an object into our arm, our body just doesn't have enough experience to see that the tip of the weapon, that's our new contact point. And so same thing here, the contact point of, okay, now it's, in my case, about 2.5 feet extended beyond my own arm and trying to perfect that contact point. I wish 7-Star had a whip form. Most styles, like Shaolin styles, they have an actual whip, like Indiana Jones whip. It's the same concept, and if we had that, then we'd learn it even better. When we finally get back to normal classes, I totally condone you guys hitting each other with a towel, just in the lower half, not in the face or anything like that. Stop! Ow! You said it condone. No. Oh, that was a nice one. All right, going for the towel.
Get him, Sean.
So he's really good at this.
So let's do the Yin-Yang Palm, 10 together, and still trying to get that same snapping feeling. Whack. Yep. E. Some. Say. Low. One thing that I really like about the way you guys are moving, you guys have quite a bit of intent. I mean, as a judge, the one thing that we look for is intent. Yeah, eyes have a lot to do with it. Facial expression has a lot to do with it. Yes, how strong you strike and the speed that you strike has a bit to do with it, but it's the entire thing. It's like, can you see yourself like, just really attacking? The way I see you guys move, it's like you understand what it looks like and what it feels like to actually generate power. Mantis is such a intentful style. It's meant to quickly end a fight. That's what it was designed for, quickly end a fight. I want the intent, the fighting spirit, and you guys definitely have that. So that's what makes me really happy. So good job, you guys.